Vucevic, like solid again. When he was in there, that was really the only source of offense, and the Magic kind of figured out like basically just stop him. Nobody else could set up anyone else, which led to. At one point, I looked up and saw Cornette on the block dribble and do a turnaround fadeaway to cut the lead to 19, I think. And the biggest year, we scored 76 points. There's just no offense at all for the most part. And you're muted, but I mean, you saw we had.
I was just laughing at what you said. My bad. I was sending the tweet. I lost myself. The whole argument is they can do guns, but you can't because you had a gun issue. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to do grenades because guess what? I've never had a grenade issue. At least none that you know about. So 9.5 out of 10 troll.
Screws loose, they done strip the bolts on them. Should've never sent them to pick up the work for me. Sprayed the park and had my shit inside the car. Marcus Smart Boy was shooting with a 36 on him. Said if he wasn't in the rush, they was all goners.
All right. Greetings, Chudlings. Welcome to another episode of Chuddy's Corner. We're back, night 2 of the final back-to-back of the season. It's Wednesday, April 9th. Celtics, the hospital Celtics, lose in Orlando 96-76, top 6 guys all out. This was about as hospital Celtics as they can get, and it did not look very well. We were just saying before the episode, we can't put lipstick on a pig with this one. Pretty gruesome matchup. There's a few moments where we got a little excited. I think going into the fourth quarter, we thought maybe we can overcome this 19-point deficit, the way the third quarter ended, but this was a pretty tough game overall. Celtics will not break the regular season record for wins on the road. Something I did really want. I'm not going to pretend now that I didn't want it. I did want it. I guess it's tough. If you realize that this last road game was night 2 of a back-to-back with 3 games left, I probably would have realized we never had a shot in the first place. But what's something we could take away from this game, Chud?
Well, I think the beauty of it, like you said, is thinking we did have a shot. And I mean, even with these guys in there, I don't think any Celtics fan who's watched this team thought this team didn't have a shot. I think we were all probably a little excited of like, all right, let's see what these guys have got without the real guys. And I thought they looked all right at first. They presented themselves in an okay light against a Magic team that's obviously missing Jalen Suggs and Mo Wagner, but otherwise they're fully healthy. They've got Paolo and Franz out there, and they're trying their ass off. They need this win to lock up the 7th seed, which they got. So played a, potential playoff caliber team without our top 6 guys, and I thought overall it was okay. Obviously, the biggest year, we scored 76 points. There's just no offense at all for the most part, and you're muted. But I mean, you saw we had.
I was just laughing at what you said. My bad. I was sending the tweet. I lost myself there.
But I mean, 76 points
isn't going to get it done.
High scorer, 15 points. When is the last time you seen that? Not exactly great.
Rough go of it. Rough swing.
And again, like I said, against a Magic team that's solid, playing all their guys, playing hard at home. And, I mean, above all else, what makes the Magic good is their defense. They have a tough offense, too. We held them to 96 points, which, again, they're not a great offense, but hey, that's still not nothing. Holding any decent NBA team under 100 points, like, that's not terrible. And there were times when they were giving them real trouble. The Magic didn't score for the last 4.5 minutes of the first half with most of their guys out there. That was against the Celtics going zone with, an awkward lineup out there of guys, but that's something, hey, this is probably right now, I'm not looking at Vegas, but this is the most likely odds of our first round matchup because it's Magic Hawks. Now it's going to be in the 7-8. The Magic got the 7. They'll be at home. They'll be favored in that game. So good chance if they win, it's Magic Celtics. So this is probably our first round opponent. And again, they're not getting back Suggs and Wagner. So the team we saw tonight is the team we're going to see. So I think there are some takeaways because they were trying. And I think one of them is we went to that zone and they didn't score for 4.5 minutes. So we weren't really scoring either. Unfortunately, couldn't chip away at the lead too much.
Back to that 76 points thing.
But in terms of if you're looking for like, okay, is there any real takeaway? To me, that caught my eye at least because I was like, they were up 20, and then all of a sudden at halftime, I was like, there's only an 8-point game because their starters and 2 superstars can't score against a zone that's playing Pritchard, Shireman, Cornette, and whoever else is out there, and those are the 3 good players, what I mean? So, in that sense, again, it'd be interesting to see like one more guy in the lineup who could create some offense, maybe throw like Derrick White in there, and I think the Celtics would look a lot better. They just didn't have any organization. And then especially when the top guys are off the court, I mean, pretty incredible stat. The Celtics just lost by 20. Luke Cornett +2, plus minus. So I tweeted somewhat jokingly about the Celtics have a chance if they can survive the non-Cornett minutes. Turns out it was not a joke at all. They won the Cornett minutes by 2 points. And he played
the only
25
guy.
minutes. So more than half the game, Luke played, and the Celtics won those minutes, 25 minutes. The other 23 minutes, they lost by 22 points or whatever when Cornett wasn't in. So that just kind of goes to show, it's like nice to see that in terms of our guys who are actually like kind of part of the rotation. It's like, okay, Cornett, how can you be mad? He won his minutes playing with these other guys. I thought Shireman looked good, took over the offensive burden, was tied for the team lead with the 15 points, 3 assists. He's certainly not shy about shooting. Good opportunity for him, and he was kind of keeping them in it for some moments in the first half. So
he had some nice passes.
Cool
Him and Luke had a nice little pick and roll thing going on, him and Shireman. So
some nice chemistry. And then 15 and 10 for Pritch, like solid. Again, when he was in there, that was really the only source of offense, and the Magic kind of figured out like if we can basically just stop him, nobody else can set up anyone else. Which led to. At one point, I looked up and saw Cornett on the block dribble and do a turnaround fadeaway to cut the lead to 19, I think. And I think that was when I officially switched the volume over to Luka's return for good. So, fun night. Fun that we get to enjoy this, but that's
true.
Sad about the road record, obviously. But again, the right thing to do.
I did want that.
The right thing to do, obviously, and especially knowing that this is now very likely a team we're actually going to see in a playoff series, less than 2 weeks from now. So,
well, at least we know the zone's going to work on them because, that was crazy. Like I said, the end of the third quarter was like, okay, there's a little bit of momentum. End of the second quarter, I'm sorry, going into the half. It was like, okay, a little bit of momentum. Maybe third quarter something happens, and it just didn't happen.
No.
Again, this is one of those games that, you got it on, you're watching it, but it's certainly, you said you switched the volume over. I definitely feel like I might not have even tweeted once the whole fourth quarter. So, these things happen.
I had it on
happens.
the screen.
I did see that you had the nice you got a little bit of people going with the question about would this roster be at least a play-in team?
Yeah. A little early.
Interesting thought exercise.
A little early in the game,
yeah.
No,
they might be, but they might lose the 9-10.
Yeah. I mean, again, the fact that, like, even the minutes without the zone, holding them to 96 points is not nothing. And, again, the Magic, that offense, without Suggs in there, and especially, sadly, when, like, Corey Joseph's out there, they need a point guard and a creator so badly. They get stuck in the mud. They're not a great offense. So, again, I don't think it's like the Celtics, especially when our starters out there, are going to need to resort to a zone to slow them down. But I think you can watch film tonight and probably pick up some tangible things, especially when, we're going to be selling out to stop Paolo and Franz in a couple weeks. You got a pretty good look at him tonight.
There'll be something, even if it's just noticing that he's grabbing the ball with his right hand before he dribbles this way. Like, there's something. They put something on tape for us, the Magic did.
No doubt. So cool to watch. Cool for those guys to get a shot. Really wanted them to get revenge after the loss to Osceola the other night.
Fuck.
They're cowards for not putting in Mac McClung.
Did
he go? Actually, he might have gone in at the end of the game. I don't
know.
I couldn't guarantee that he didn't, to be honest. So.
We can't
probably double check for
I'll double check that right now if we see any
DNP.
No.
They're still playing in the finals. I'm an idiot. So obviously he wasn't there.
Such an idiot.
Such an idiot. Well, how could I slip up there? But yeah, I mean, other than that, I thought it was interesting that everyone was ruled out and Jaylen was ruled questionable.
Jaylen,
which feeds in even more to the 65 game thing.
I wonder if he's going to play in either of these last two games.
He would need to play both, which seems so crazy. So I wonder if tonight was kind of them finally throwing in the towel and being like, "All right, why keep this up?" Also,
which kind of makes the last two nights look a little ridiculous too, but.
Right, but I think it would look even more ridiculous. I think it's gone the other way where I was totally fine with it, and now it's like just maybe concede defeat on this. Because also the other thing is, the more the season's gone on, and he hasn't really done much lately, he's not really a lock to make anything, win anything. Yeah,
that's the other thing I was thinking too. If Magic got screwed out of it,
well, not even screwed out of it, but if he makes it, if he does do this, plays these last two stupid games against Charlotte, 20 minutes and then 6, while all the other starters are not playing, and then he doesn't make All-NBA anyways, and even the third team would just be like...
It's a rough
But
look,
at the same time, he was snubbed from All-NBA last year, and look how the playoffs went. So maybe Maybe that would be the best thing that could possibly happen.
Yeah, actually, yeah, we kind of need him to have that chip. Yeah,
I don't know. So,
but you're kind of right. I mean, I do feel like he would. I think he would make it, just given at least given the amount of guys who aren't on it, and I think he's really good too. Like he might have.
Yeah, I was working on my
just
potential teams for when we do the episode, maybe on Sunday or whenever.
Yeah.
If we do, I'm sure we'll do our all NBA teams, and I was giving it like a preliminary glance. 'Cause I haven't really looked it over in a while, and he's borderline. I came up with about 20 names for 15 spots, and let's just say he's in the, bottom.
Is that just because of the amount of games he's missed, or he's missed a lot?
Yeah, I mean,
I just feel like anytime you're like right at that number too, like if you get to just 65, and the guy you're competing with played like 75 games, like I'd rather give it to the guy that played more.
Sure. And I mean,
the best ability is availability.
By his standards, I'd say overall he hasn't had a great season, and especially lately, he hasn't been great where he's been playing. And it's like we all know he's playing just to meet this thing. So like the other night, what do you have last night? Like 8 points and 2 shots. Like he's kind of had a lot of games where it seems like he's just going through the motions, and we've more been looking for just like signs, which we've seen some, which is good. That's all we care about. But in terms of like his case for all NBA, there's other guys out there busting their ass every night in meaningful games, who I feel like have either, if not passed him, made it enough to the point where I think at this point it might actually be the savvy, like all around move to just not play the games, so not even like risk.
Yeah, not put yourself in that position. Although, like you said, the snub there's some power in that snub.
Yeah. So a win-win. I guess, no matter how it works out, all good.
Can't lose, baby. All right, should we? Do you have anything else from the game specifically, or do you want to get into our Chuddy Chains for the night?
Kata had a sick dunk.
Let's just see here.
That's just
Norris.
The only notable play I remember, other than the Cornet fadeaway.
Miles Norris minutes worth noting, I guess.
Cole Anthony was trying so hard to defend. I think it was Luke that he just had to run to the bench and throw up, which I can't recall seeing.
That's sick.
Yeah, literally. Yeah,
for Luke and him, I guess.
Pun intended, especially for him. But yeah, again, so that was the most notable highlights: Kata's dunk, Cornet's fadeaway, and Cole Anthony puking. I think that kind of
pretty solid. So yeah, so Celtics fans, you guys, if you're catching the recap here, you missed the doozy.
Playoffs are soon. Playoffs are real soon.
Yes, we're so close, but we still got 2 more Hornets games to get through, baby. Let's go.
Fun little Charlotte games, yeah.
Oh, those will be great games. Great games.
No doubt.
All right, let's give out some Chuddy Chains before we do that. Word from our sponsor, Mario's Roofing. Roofing, Mario's, siding, Mario's, windows, Mario's. You just got to call Mario's. At Mario's, we pride ourselves on quality, safety, and value. We wouldn't do anything to your home that we wouldn't also do to our own. Call Mario's today, and you can ask them about some spring specials. Get it done now, guys. Especially once you get those ACs in the window, you don't want no draft. You don't want any of the cold air getting out. You just survived the winter with your drafty windows. Don't have to fight the summer keeping your cold air in. Give Mario's a call. Tell them Chuddy's Corner sent you. Say, get $50 off your installation. Some restrictions do apply. Just give them a call at 781-344-2420, or you can visit mariosroofing.com. Mario's Roofing, we won't soak you in order to keep you warm and dry. All right, I'm going first tonight for the Chuddy Chain, and honestly, like we've said it a couple times, we're probably going to end up having to just name the award after the guy. I'm going to give it to Luke. Like you said, the only guy that finished in a positive plus-minus, though it looks like Jordan Walsh finishes a plus. Or no, J.D. Davidson finishes a plus-1. Oh, I should have given it to him. Finishes a +1, too.
Tillman, too.
Tillman did, too? All right. So, well, there goes my whole argument for, I guess, Cornet. I just think Cornet, it's the hand steadying the ship. This was, like you said, there's not a whole lot. This is a pretty ugly game. But yeah, Cornet played well, 7 for 10, 14 points, 3 rebounds. He had a steal, he had a block, finished with a positive plus-minus. You said Tillman. Oh yeah, Tillman did too, +1. I was leaning towards. Well, I don't want to say who I was leaning towards giving it to, because in case you pick them, but if you don't pick them, I'll say. So, who do you got for your Chuddy Chain?
I'm gonna give it to the aforementioned newest Celtic, Miles Moochie Norris, on the 2-way, up for the game in Orlando. Played, I have to imagine, the most minutes he's ever played, with 19. Hit a couple threes, had 2 offensive rebounds, 2 steals. frankly, that's enough on a night like tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what more do you want?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, the guy I was gonna say, because I did like that dunk. He also had 2 blocks. Was Cade, but -17.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a tough game. Just a tough game.
I mean, you can't expect Caden to be out there without
Chuddy Chain.
Tatum
Who
and
gets
Derrick
an
White.
honorable mention for the Chuddy Chain? Celtics fans that were sitting there watching this game. Shout out to you guys. That's some rugged stuff right there.
No doubt. Another interesting.
I was excited for this game because I love those hospital ones, but then it was just kind of like it's almost like that first when I think of the hospital Celtics, I think of like those old teams when it's like we had such low expectations and they come out and they really impress people. It's almost like when you think about New Year's Eve after your first New Year's Eve or turning 21. You're like, oh, it's so awesome. I can't wait to add that back. And today I was like, the hospital Celtics, I can't wait. And then it's like, this wasn't it. This wasn't the hospital. This was not that first. Yeah.
It's never all of the top 6 guys. Like, again,
right.
If we could be missing 4 of the top 6, and even then, I'd add in any of the top 2, 6, add in any 2 of the top 6. I'd love our chances tonight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But,
100%. All 6
could not generate any offense. But again, as I said before, did well in pretty much every other facet of the game. And as we're talking about these plus minuses, again, in a game that they're trying to win, Paolo Banchero, 28 minutes, only a +4. So there's something.
That's something.
We're leaving Orlando with something.
That means something. It was something. That means something to me. Hey, what channel is is it on the ESPN, the Lakers game?
Yeah, it is.
All right, switching over from the post game. All right, that's a great segue for us to get into around the NBA. Quick word from the sponsor from you.
Yep, Chuddy's Corner brought to you by Nick Perino Real Estate. Any needs in the world of home owning, home buying, home selling, anything to do with the home, anything to do with real estate, you got to go to Nick. He's been our guy since day one, since long before Chuddy's Corner was even a thing. He was there for the founding. True OG, the original sponsor. He doesn't just keep the lights on, he turned the lights on, you could say. So we'll always appreciate him for that. He's hosted the show. He's worked the social media. He's done it all. So we appreciate Nick, but we also appreciate his work in real estate. We both live in Nick Perino homes. And I know that the next time either of us move, we wouldn't think to call anyone else, nor should you. So go to nickperino.com, nickperino.com, the official realtor of Chuddy's Corner.
All right. Yes. Shout out to Nick. Shout out to Nick. They're just showing a drone footage of Augusta. I didn't even know they allowed drones. You can't even you got to call them patrons. All those rules, but they're still allowing a drone.
You can see it get shot down at the end by the marshal.
Oh, right. the groundskeeper came out and just blasted that thing away. All right. What do you got for us around the NBA? Any fallout from the Nuggets? What do we got going on? Oh, we got to talk about Ja's new celebration. We didn't talk about that last night. Can we start there? So Ja recently launching grenades into the crowd for a celebration, biting the pin off, throwing it, and did he plug his ears like he was like it was gonna boom?
Oh yeah.
To me, this is a 10. I would say 9.5 out of 10 celebration / troll. Like if the whole argument is they can do guns, but you can't because you had a gun issue, it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna do grenades because guess what? I've never had a grenade issue, at least none that you know about. So 9.5 out of 10 troll. Yeah. If you're the NBA, you have to just you just be like, touche, checkmate. We'll take that over the guns anyway.
Well, yeah,
but
I think
hilarious. If anyone hasn't seen it, it's funny.
Absolutely, and I think if you're Ja too, like lean in even more, make this whole new thing to a different weapon every game. Get like crowdfunded on Twitter. Yeah, give me a sword, do some swashbuckling. How about a cannon? Light up a fake cannon, watch the thing go down, like shoot off a cannon into the crowd. Boom. What else can you do? I mean, toss like a katana, ninja China stars, like all this stuff you can do. There's so many great options that aren't gun related. You should have a whole like list of weaponry, like everything in the book, stuff we can't even think
like
about.
Sick pass, I'll do this.
Get like a trebuchet, get his teammates involved, do a catapult while the other team is making a layup at the other end. Like, there's no way you can go too far at this point.
I wonder what they do about bow and arrow, if that would be like...
That's been done. That's Jamal Murray had that blue arrow.
Yeah, but like if they would view that at him as like, that's a handheld weapon. It's like a firearm. Not a firearm, I guess. There's no fire.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how creative you can get. It'd also be funny. I was thinking too earlier if he did like the gun, but he did it in the way of like the Olympic shooter. And then after he's like, I'm literally just like mimicking my favorite Olympic athlete. Like, how is that? It's an Olympic sport.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to see him just try to fight on like semantics and technicalities at this point. But
Yeah.
I think anyone
It's
who
great.
has ideas for non-gun weapon related celebrations should be sending them to John Morant. I don't know the guy personally, but I have a feeling he's somewhat active on some social media platforms, if I had to guess. So I would say reach out.
Oh, he's active on Twitter. I see him all the time.
Yeah, he's known to do an Instagram live or two. But yeah, I would say that's the move at this point.
Let's see if he has one now.
Winning the crowd back, but yeah, I don't know.
That won me
It's also
back.
just like so hilarious if you're the NBA because it's like literally, I mean, it's just like dealing with like an absolute child. Where you're like, all right, like, you know, do your make your bed, or like you're grounded, and then you just like,
and they just make it like
blatantly
not
like
the right
don't.
way.
Yeah,
Or no, just like make it like
Do it
make
again.
it like not right. It's like that's how I'd make it. Like, what do you mean? Yeah.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, you told me to do a gun. You told me to do a gun dance. I didn't do a gun one. I just threw a
Right.
grenade in the crowd. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's good.
All right. What
you
else?
could do like the TNT. TNT.
Oh,
like,
that'd be a
thing
good
is
one.
gonna-
Yep.
There's
Just
so many
like-
so many
Like
options there.
just like faking like flint like lighting
Yeah.
things like you said like
yeah.
So,
No,
yeah.
like, there's a lot of good options here.
yeah.
They could do the Batman run with the bomb.
I'm gonna have to go to work with ChatGPT or Grok, just making some
Yeah.
images here. Yeah, get some images of John
Yeah.
Morant with all types of weaponry.
Obsessed with this.
Yeah, should we just keep going, or do you got anything else around the NBA?
Yeah.
Should we just
Well,
keep doing this? Or?
No, a couple things I did have on the back burner last night. We went short. Wild game last night in Milwaukee where the Timberwolves, who need these wins badly, were up by 20 points with under 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The Bucks went on a 34-3 run and won the game. Devastating loss for
Hold on,
Minnesota.
repeat all that numbers again. 34-3 run.
34-3 run by the Bucks against the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves just could not. They had no answers. It was something Giannis. It was there was some AJ Green shots. There was a lot of Kevin Porter Jr. It was pretty
And
wild.
just a lot of missed shots for the
A lot of good,
Timberwolves,
some defense, a lot of missed shots. Giannis said after the game he was fired up. He said this should be the starting lineup. So we'll see if the Bucks found anything or just one random performance. But at least for 10 minutes, it was like, whoa. So we'll
Wow.
see. It's looking again. They've crawled back into the 5, so we could see Bucks Pacers, that great rivalry, first round. Just
I
something to
love that.
monitor. Something to monitor. Something else to monitor. Warriors Rockets played the other night. Great game. My man, Amen Thompson, basically shout out Steph Curry, held him to 3 points for the entire game. He basically put up one miracle buzzer beater at the end of the first half. That was his only points of the entire game. Amen, I think in the playoffs, there's going to be obviously he's a household name on Chuddy's Corner, but I think there's going to be a moment in the playoffs where it's like his welcome to that conversation where he's like a one name. Everyone just kind of knows him, and then he's going to be a big star who's in our lives for a long time very soon. But the coming out party is coming. If this wasn't it, it's just crazy. I don't know who else in the league is doing that. That's like a 6-7 wing. And yeah, Curry wanted no part of that. Crazy to watch. Rockets won that game too. They just beat the Thunder. They just beat the Warriors.
They're sick. Yeah.
And everyone thinks they're like
the
the team that you want to play in the West. I was looking today. They're the 2 seed and they have the 7th best odds to win the West. When has that ever happened?
I don't know, but I'm
good
definitely-
value,
I'm
anyone if you're
definitely gonna
listening.
bet on- I'm
And you
definitely
think
gonna
it's
bet
fans.
them.
But,
Oh,
I mean, yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's just we'll see if it translates to the playoffs without having like a go-to guy. But can they get by committee and with like awesome defense? Maybe.
we shall see.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch.
They're hot as fuck right now. They won the last 3, and they're 8-2 in the last 10. So.
Yeah, and again, a lot of those wins are against good teams that are trying to win too. So nothing to sneeze at. On a bit of a somewhat somber note, there's a scary moment in the Grizzlies Hornets game last night. Promising rookie Jaylen Wells was on a breakaway. Another rookie, KJ Simpson, out of Colorado, is playing for Charlotte right now. Undercut him on a fast break dunk. Definitely not intentional, but super dangerous. Went under him. Wells went down hard, was out. He had to get stretchered off. He was down for a while. It was bad. They tweeted out that I think his dad tweeted out that he was alive, awake, and moving and all that. I think it ended up being a broken wrist, and I don't know. He was unconscious. It was again,
So
not
what?
as
Just probably like
scary
a
a
head
moment as
injury
you
because
think.
he wasn't moving. I didn't know if it was like
Yeah.
a neck thing. Like
I'm guessing, yeah, he
looked
just
crazy.
like blacked out or something. I don't know exactly, but I guess
Yeah.
he's all good. Again, I mean, we'll see what that means. All good in terms of like when he's gonna play basketball.
Well, yeah, like if he hit his head, yeah, if it's his head, who knows? Man.
Well, he's a broken wrist too. I'm pretty sure.
No,
So that's
that'll at least keep him
even
out for the long.
head alone.
Celtics
It's gonna be hard to play.
Yeah.
Well, no. He's on the. He's on.
No,
the
he's on. Yeah, the other guys on
But,
the Hornets. I realized that right after. Yeah.
But I mean, for the Grizzlies, they are fighting for their playoff and play-in lives as well. And Wells, he's been a big part of that. Started a lot of games for them this year and been a really nice find in the draft. So obviously sucks to see. Definitely not intentional, but to lose a player to injury on a play like that is not good. They're lucky that like a brawl didn't start. Basically, you could tell Simpson was immediately
John
apologetic.
Morant was first one on the scene too. Nothing.
But I mean, you could tell Simpson he wasn't trying to fight. He was down on the ground.
No, it was just dangerous. Like, he did kind of duck. Like you shouldn't duck when you're doing like he did, but it was just kind of like it's. I think in those moments you're not really thinking it. Like you said, it wasn't intentional.
Yeah,
it was dangerous and maybe like. But whatever. But
I think he like almost realized midair too. That's why he was trying to like get out of the way, but it was too late because it was like he's like, oh, what am I doing? Yeah. He was just hustling his ass off, and then I think he was like, oh shit, I've gone way too far.
Can't get there's nothing to gain.
So, sucks, and just hope that Wells is okay, can come back. And then got to talk about obviously this Luka return. He's back in Dallas. Crazy to me that like the whole scene is crazy. Like Dallas wanted to do all these deals with Luka's company. Luka was like, no. And they told them all, the Mavericks, like, he's on the Lakers now. You're not doing all these like opportunities to like profit.
Like,
off his return is fucked up. They had shirts on every seat saying, thank you, Luka, in Slovenian, which again is just like so weird. Like you just like chose to get rid of him and like shit on him on the way out. And now you're doing this thing. They made a point of introducing him last. They showed a crazy tribute video, which I mean was sick. Luka was sobbing tears. He's a wreck, like heartbreaking to watch, honestly, and wiping up the tears, sitting there by himself while the entire crowd is just chanting his name, Luka. Like chilling, honestly, chills was like I was just sad almost for him. It was like actually,
but it's just so weird that it's the Mavs doing
it. Right? But it was just a bizarre moment, very like human in a way. I don't even know how else. But it was just like this is crazy. That it felt surreal watching it then play out like on the court once the game started. It was almost like this doesn't even feel real. It still doesn't. Anyway, look at 31 points in the first half, which shows that it felt surreal. He's got 38 now. The fourth quarter just started. It's a game. The Mavs, I mean, they want to win this game. Now that stuff's over, like you can tell this is personal for them too. AD's playing, obviously. The Mavs are fighting for the 9 seed. The Lakers, they lost last night to OKC. They're fighting for seeding too. They haven't locked up a top 4 seed. So big game, 5-point game. Fourth quarter just started, and I think that's good time to end the show and go watch it.
I know you want to go. I know you want to get out there to watch it, but I do just. There's a couple thoughts on some of those things. One, what did the Lakers do for AD on his first game back with the Lakers? It's a little bit awkward. Like the Mavs are going so over the top, and the Lakers is kind of like
it wasn't. I think they did a video or something.
Yeah. But the other thing too is I'm just picturing like the planning for this whole thing. Like you have to think at some point within like the week or two they've been planning, like. Everyone's in a room talking about it, and like Nico Harrison like walked in and is just saying like, "Hey, what's everyone working on?" Like, like the video.
Surprise.
Like, do you want to see it? He's like, "Sure." He's had to sit there and awkwardly watch. Like, it's nice.
And
was Nico Harrison in the building for this game?
Yeah, he's there. He's probably in a box.
I didn't know if they were like showing him at all.
I haven't seen him on camera, but there have been a lot of Fire Nico chants. A lot of loud Fire Nico chants. It's a weird vibe where it's like, I don't even know, are they rooting for Dallas? Are they rooting for the Lakers? Are they just rooting for Luka? Are they just rooting against Nico? Like, it's just...
Yeah, it's strange.
Very, very strange.
It's got to be a strange dynamic.
It really is. It's bizarre to watch. And I texted you earlier, like, somewhat facetiously, but it really does feel like this whole thing is going to be a 30 for 30 someday, and we're just like
the whole Luka trade.
The whole trade,
this would be a part
but
of it,
this is like a scene from it we're watching in real time. And again, this is now a 1-point game with 10 minutes left.
Just took the lead.
Yeah, like something crazy is very easily going to go down.
All right. We can jump off. Jump off. Anything about the Hornets we need to know? We got 2 games. We just do a preview over the second game. What are the Hornets doing?
They are trying to lose.
For us.
They're trying to lose, and they're trying to get Cooper Flag. And again, we just talked about how the guys they're playing now are accidentally injuring people by trying too hard. So we should probably just chill
Keep
out.
everyone out. Yeah, keep everyone out. Fair enough. All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening. Make sure you follow the show wherever you get your podcasts at. Go to our YouTube page. Give us a like there. You can watch video episodes of the podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Chuddy's Corner. Follow Chud. He's at King Chuddy. Follow me. I'm at Doug_out. Make sure you check out SeabirdAthletics.com. We got a new summer line that's coming out. Some clothes, some towels. We got some more stuff dropping on Friday, I believe we're dropping. So make sure you keep an eye out for all that stuff. Thank you all for following the show. Tell your friends to do the same. We'll see you all back here. What is it, Friday? Friday for the Hornets game. Only 2 more games, guys, and we're in the post season. Wow. Get ready, Chuddy heads. All right, take care.
Peace out, Chuddy heads.